Welcome back. 7:16 is the time. We continue our series Set for School with a look at school readiness. All right, parents, are children ready to start kindergarten? That's such a big question in someone's house. So welcome Tonda Brown, the Early Childhood Director over at Manor ISD. Thank you for being here. Over here is Laura Kanan, the Director of the Early Childhood at E3 Alliance. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
All right, let's start off, good morning, with what does it mean to be school ready, Tonda? What is that?
Well, school ready, we want our children to be ready to learn. Right. So there are three different factors. One is social emotional. We want our children to be able to actually voice their opinion and talk. The second thing we look for is we want our children actually to have the language skills needed to actually voice their opinion.
Right.
And the third skill, we want our children to actually be have their actually pre-reading and math skills.
Okay, all very important things. What does the data show, though, Laura, when it comes to if kids are not ready? What happens? What do we see?
One thing that we see in the data is that they really have a hard time. They struggle.
Yeah.
And we know that they're much more likely to pass their reading skills and math skills if they're kindergarten ready. In fact, it's the largest predictor of whether they're going to pass their reading and math assessments at 3rd grade. That's the STAR.
Okay. Something that we talk about every morning about STAR testing and how critical that is. And just the transition from kinder to 1st grade is big. It's major. You do see drops in certain things. What's the cause of drops of numbers of kids who just are not ready?
Well, what we saw most recently in our region was a large drop.
Yeah.
50% of our kids generally are ready for kindergarten. This most recent year, it was only 41%. And when we looked at what could be causing that drop, we saw a large increase in childhood poverty at that same time. And our services for young children and their families just didn't keep pace. So we had children living in high amounts of stress with few services to help support them, and we think this is playing out in our schools.
Are you seeing it over at Manor ISD?
We definitely are. We're seeing it in Manor. One of the key things that we're looking at is we're working with E3 Alliance. We're also doing a lot of work with our teachers with our training so that they're ready and they can help our parents with the trauma. And then also we've moved from a half-day 4-year-old program to a full-day 4-year-old program so that we have them a longer period of the day.
Right. Kinder at 4 years old, is that considered kinder or pre-K at that time?
Pre-K.
Pre-K. So it's important to have something like that and then transition to kinder and then go on to the bigger schools with 1st through 6th grade.
Yeah, and we know that starting early makes a difference, and so we want our parents to start early as well.
Oh yes, tell me about this.
We have a parent guide for school readiness in English and Spanish. And it really helps parents understand what is school readiness, what do we need to be looking for, and how do we do it. And they're fun activities. It's not homework. It's really how are we building this fun language, the social emotional skills, those foundational skills that are critical for school success. You can build them at home with your kids. And this guide is great for 3-year-olds, for 4-year-olds, for families really looking at making sure their kids start off on the right foot.
It's great for parents who maybe have their first child and don't really know what to expect. I used it, so
I
know what I'm talking about. Thank you, ladies, for that, for all that you do.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.